Hey guys, it's Scott Bars here, the self-proclaimed hip-hop historian, and this is the 305th episode of my series, where I grab a vinyl from my collection, talk about why I love it, what influence it has, and what its place is in the grand scheme of hip-hop. So here we have yet another legendary hip-hop debut to grace the genre in 1990, and while every artist featured in this set of classics so far has without a doubt earned their spot as an essential Golden Age legend, this trio here is definitely one of the more overdue in my book, despite their name maybe not being quite at the level of recognition as an act like Salt and Peppa or Two Live Crew. The group in question is Poor Righteous Teachers, an extremely talented act from Trenton, New Jersey, who were another example of relatively early rappers with a very Afrocentric ideology, along with an Islam-based point of view that they often combined with very positive themes and messaging, putting them in a similar wheelhouse to the type of content various members of native tongues were beginning to experiment with. Poor Righteous Teachers was initially comprised of rappers Wise Intelligent and Culture Freedom, who also assisted with the instrumentals, and they were then joined by DJ Father Shahid, before releasing their official full-length debut in 1990 here, Holy Intellect. This is probably the most commonly referenced album I see from these guys, and I assume that's mainly due to how progressive and ahead of its time it feels. But while this is an amazing LP I was more than happy to finally add to the collection, I'm honestly not sure if I would call it my favorite of theirs, just because I feel like they steadily improved and advanced with each new release in their modest but very high quality discography. Their sophomore effort came out the next year in 1991 titled Pure Poverty, but in my opinion they really struck gold with their third and fourth albums, those being 1993's Black Business and their final release 1996's New World Order. Though they definitely had a bit of the same issue Brand Nubian does for me, where their initial work is all seemingly positive and inclusive, but then later on in their respective careers, both acts would get a bit too comfortable with homophobia for my liking in their music, but of course that wasn't exactly unheard of for 90s hip hop. Wise Intelligent has always acted as sort of the de facto leader for PRT, as the lead MC and most prominently featured member, which was largely due to his creative and unique style. Then Culture Freedom would provide additional vocals, as well as collaborating with the late Father Shahid for the production on all of their output. The lyrical prowess on this thing is being displayed straight out the gate from the very first track, where I want to share the killer verse Wise drops, starting with, "Once again, yes, my friend, I tends to build up my empire, poor righteous teachers, teachers, dem said poor righteous triers. Yeah, now that we succeeding, they must seat that weak suggestion, 'cause now they even students to the teachers and the lesson. No guessing, oh how I love to bomb a weak hypothesis. Listen, cause I'm dropping this PRT posse rockin' this. Smooth with the roughness, this sexy style, yet how can I sink into the crescent of the soul? Check, Stummer's coming, nope, no sex, step the rhythm, there goes PGRT, posse gone, cannot keep up with 'em. They rocked and they rolled, rolled meaning stepped. Back upon divine land, that's the projects that they rep. Sometimes the teacher's teachers show then tell the tribe, "Hey yo, let's go, pack up the equipment, get me back into the ghetto." Culture Freedom follows this top tier verse with a dope one of his own, which he kicks off with, "Here's an inorganic bomb, but don't panic. I'm the sole controller, revolving 9 planets. Yes, I'm manifesting a blessing from the heavens. Peace to all the queens, submitting to the seven. I'm the Asiatic, based on mathematic. You are the jive junkie, sack crack fanatic. Right on knowledge, knowledge, wisdom be purified. My wisdom will receive, reflect, and amplify. Spanish, understanding that makes it understood. Yo, I'm culture freedom. Now ain't that good? I use the power of refinement to serve the justice. I dare you snakes to ever try to touch this. Ideal equal, that's equality, freezing your domes, giving no apology. 7.5, you know that's God. Tell him truth is food, word is bond. I build and destroy as the earth keeps proving. Surrounded by filth, but protected with clothing. Shelters where I store my knowledge to born. Love is in the cipher, so I go on. Peace, it's for the cause that I'm rapping this. Love brings peace, and peace brings happiness. Total satisfaction from one's own actions. If not, then there's a fatal reaction. You call it static. In the attic, the static will be dynamic. You say you're satisfied, well, I'm flattered. At the end of this verse, you know who rules. I have my mathematics divine with 12 jewels, and they're dropped on the brothers and the others that lack. Yo, here comes the beat, but I'll be back. I'm a huge fan of the instrumentals on here, which include a wide range of influences and soundscapes, and that diversity in styles helps to keep the LP's pace moving, but it also prevents this album from feeling one note after a while, which was definitely an issue with some of the less memorable LPs coming out at this time in hip hop. The only guest appearance to join the Poor Righteous Teachers on their adventurous debut here is Tony D, also known as Harvey Wallbanger, who conveniently handled the vast majority of the production on Holy Intellect as well. In fact, he actually did the beats for 10 out of 12 tracks here, with the only two instrumentals not made by Tony being handled by Eric IQ Gray. For honorable mentions off this one that I highly enjoy but just didn't quite make it into that top selection, I want to shout out songs including Can I Start This, Strictly Ghetto, Time to Say Peace, Speaking Upon a Black Man, So Many Teachers, Word from the Wise, Butt Naked Booty Blues, and Poor Righteous Teachers. When it comes to my overall top 3, I would definitely have to name my favorite tracks as Rock This Funky Joint, Shakila JRH Vocal, and Medley Style Dropped slash Lessons Taught. Thank you for watching my 305th video. Next, we get to touch on a super fun act that dominated hip hop throughout the early to mid 80s. So tune in when that one drops, and if you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what your favorite moments off this Afrocentric debut were. Don't forget to have a great day, and I'll see you next time, okay? Alright.